Hello, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the February general reading for the sign of Aries. All right, my Aries, you're up next. We're going to see what your February general outlook is. So we don't know what this is going to be about. It could be about career, a job situation, a creative situation, a love situation. So whatever the case is, just take the reading as it applies to your life, or to you. It may not resonate for you at all because this is just one outlook for the month for one particular Aries out there. So it may only resonate with you a little bit, if at all, right? And that's fine too. So we're going to do, I'm going to pull out a full Celtic spread for you, and then we'll do some clarifiers with the Thoth deck. And that will be your reading, all right? So show me what's going on for Aries. Sign of the Ram for the month of February. Alright guys, straight out you have Page of Pentacles covered by a Ten of Wands, so a release of burden, right? A whole new life starting, and a whole new love intention as well. Very nice. Look at this, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, very nice. Seven of Pentacles and Seven of Swords. Wow, double sevens. Watch out, we'll get into that. Wheel of Fortune is turning for you, and the Nine of Pentacles. So a very nice outlook for you. All new beginnings in a lot of areas. There's a huge awakening happening for you, Aries. So this reading is definitely for an Aries that is about to really enter an entirely new stage in life. And this new stage is going to include a financial increase and also a possible love connection with someone. Let's get right into it. Straight out, you come with a Page of Pentacles and a Ten of Wands. So right out the gate for February, Aries, you're going to be very, very practical. Some of you may be starting a new job or a new career path, right? And you're going to be very busy with just getting that done. Page of Pentacles is very it's earth of earth. And pages are always about overcoming fear in the suit. So with Page of Pentacles, it's like you may be starting a new position somewhere, right? And you're overcoming sort of that initial anxiety and just getting on with it. Getting on with settling in, getting on with changing whatever you need to change, the logistics that you may need to deal with. And you're just being very sort of practical this month. And also you're covered with the Ten of Wands. So this new, this new burst of enthusiasm and energy that you have where you are getting a lot of things done, and perhaps this new opportunity really marks the end of a lot of burden for you. You may have been carrying a lot of baggage around, or burden or responsibilities before that were overwhelming to you. And now you're able to let this go, right? Part of this new endeavor is really allowing you to sort of release yourself from a long period of struggling, right? And perhaps not even having been so sure of where to go. You may have been hampered with a lot of sort of baggage in the sense of, you may have lost some self-esteem, self-confidence, but this new endeavor, this new Page of Pentacles sort of endeavor that comes in, and this attitude that you have towards it, really is allowing you to let go of all of that this month. So this is a really good month for you and for feeling good. Hangman is at the bottom of the deck, so you are having certainly an awakening in February. There's the Empress right underneath that too. But there's definitely an overall feeling of awakening to the fact that you want to do more in life. Perhaps you've allowed yourself to be pulled back for a little while with some of this baggage, which can happen to all of us. But now you're kind of waking up to the fact that you have a lot more to give, you have a lot more to offer, you have a lot more inspiration coming in. And again, I think it's this new opportunity. Now, you come into the month with full energy and Page of Cups. Fool is in the front of your mind and Page of Cups in the back of your mind. So this is really a whole new path for you, right? For some of you, this feels like a whole new beginning. It's a bit of a risk, of course, but again, the Fool also indicates that you have certainly learned something from the last stage you're at, because you're now in a whole new stage, right? And life doesn't really move you on until you've learned something. So not only does the Fool indicate you entering into sort of a new beginning, a new path that you may not be sure of, but it also indicates that you have a lot of wisdom with you that you've learned from the previous times you've changed paths or the previous experiences you've had. And so don't forget about that. I know a lot of times the Fool is sort of interpreted as having a leap of faith, and that's true, but you can count on a lot that you already know. Nevertheless, this feels like a real sort of nice stage, right? Almost like you're having an adventure, a new adventure. You may be feeling like you're regaining a little bit of your creative youth, right? And in the back of your mind, Page of Cups is there. And so for some of you, you're feeling this whole new sense of, I want to say, self-confidence coming in. This feeling of being in a new sort of like stage in your life is really also encouraging you now to move forward with a love connection. Page of Cups, again, Pages, again, always signify sort of overcoming fear in that suit. And so with Page of Cups, we see that you're overcoming a little bit of fear that you may have had about moving towards someone. You know, it may be that you have gotten to a stage now in the back of your mind, like you're ready to make yourself, make your feelings known to someone, to reach out with that cup of love to someone. It could be a feeling of reconciliation as well. This may be with someone that you felt hesitant about, because sometimes Page of Cups can also indicate a reconciliation or wanting to sort of come back to someone you maybe have love for and things didn't work out, or you're trying to apologize. Sometimes Page of Cups can indicate an apology in the back of your mind. Could be you wanting to make the apology, or you expecting someone to make an apology to you. And interesting, you come into the month with a Knight of Cups. So throughout the month, you have this energy in the back of your mind of wanting a reconciliation. And in the beginning of the month, you certainly come in with this feeling of wanting to make that first step. I think for some of you, you will be ready at the beginning of the month to make a step towards this person. If it is a reconciliation, if it is a new person, you'll be ready to sort of go towards them and let them know that you're beginning to feel for them. You know what I mean? It's like you're being very intentional about it. And again, it's all of this self-confidence. In the back of your mind, you may have you're overcoming a lot of fear this month as well that you may have had about telling someone that you care about them. And you round the month off with Ace of Wands, which is a whole new passionate beginning. And this can oftentimes indicate a new passionate love affair, because the Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol in the deck. And so it indicates certainly a connection. It can indicate a connection with someone that is very physical and magnetic, Aries. It's like, you know, when you're around them, you just can't control yourself. And this is, again, interesting. The Page of Cups is going to be sort of an energy in the back of your mind throughout the month, because it's really going to help you overcome any kind of anxiety, or maybe not necessarily full-on fear, but nervousness around this person, because the attraction is so strong. An Ace of Wands with a Knight of Cups really indicates a strong sort of physical magnetism that you have with somebody, where you're just drawn to them. Now, your attitude this month is really one of 7. It's interesting, you have 2 sevens. So your attitude this month is one of 7 of Pentacles coming into the month. So you're feeling really sort of reevaluating your life, because this new opportunity, I think, has come really very much out of the blue, right? And it's also just a new attitude you have towards making the most out of certain opportunities with respect to your career, your finances, your business. And I think this month you have a whole new attitude in terms of looking at that area of your life. I think you're wanting to be happier. You're wanting to go after things that really fulfill you. And down here, you know, this whole new attitude is very fulfilling in a lot of ways, because along with it is this feeling you're having of being able to finally let go of some of the baggage you've been carrying. So there's a feeling of freedom coming in, and it indicates that before this there was a feeling of oppression, and you weren't necessarily very happy with the way you were working or how you were working. And so this is a real breath of fresh air. And I think this whole month your attitude towards it is that you're kind of reevaluating everything that you've sort of all the decisions in a lot lot of ways, or your whole sort of goal in terms of what you really want to do with your life. You are, however, met with a Seven of Swords, which is the card for futility and treachery in a lot of ways, right? This is both, it really can be described as both depending on different decks you may be using. But it's interesting that Seven of Swords would come in. So there's a feeling, I think, for some of you, there could be a feeling that you're wanting to reevaluate your career and the path you've been on, because for a while, things have been feeling very futile for you. It may have been feeling like you just weren't able to get the right things done, or every time you try, it just didn't seem to work out for you, right? So I think in a lot of ways, through this sort of reevaluating your path, you are coming up against a lot of feeling of just not understanding why some of the choices haven't worked out, right? And that is the energy that is with Seven of Swords. But the other side of futility is also realizing, did you actually put the right effort in? Because there is a Hangman here, and it seems to indicate that you're waking up now, but for a little while there, you may not realize that you haven't been putting your best foot forward, right? And a part of this reevaluating, I think, of your career path is realizing that, you know, you have to face up to the fact that perhaps a lot of the decisions you were making maybe have felt futile. Maybe they weren't working out because in the end you weren't really giving it your all. You weren't really sort of that invested, and sort of making, almost self-sabotaging yourself, you know, making decisions that, or making moves that you knew weren't going to work out because ultimately you weren't really happy with this path. There's a feeling of this energy there for some of you. And again, it's an awakening in February for you, Aries, that you are waking up to all of this. And I think it's all part of this new attitude that you have here, this new kind of overcoming fears of maybe starting something new, a different kind of career that may be much happier for you. It's like a real month of a new attitude, overcoming fear in a lot of areas, because you have this love connection coming in and this really happy sort of career thing. And I think it's just a whole new awakening, right? 7 is the number for wishes and hopes and dreams, and achieving your hopes and dreams and manifesting them. And so this month is a real month of awakening to whatever may have been standing in your way of manifesting your dreams, and also realizing what your dreams now are. And your position of your ultimate goals or your ultimate hope is for the Wheel of Fortune to turn for you. And again, I think there has been a feeling of futility here for you. You have felt to a certain degree like, okay, yeah, things weren't working out for me. And yes, I realize now that maybe I wasn't putting my best foot forward, but it would be good if, you know, you're hoping for your luck to change, right? And I think it does, because your luck will always change when you have an awakening. Whenever we have an awakening, or we, you know, face up to a side of ourselves and we make moves that are ultimately for our ultimate good, for our betterment, for our learning, and for our progress, then, you know, the spirit works with us, the universe works with us, and that's the times that the Wheel of Fortune does begin to turn. And I think for a lot of you, your luck does change because you have this awakening, and because you decide that, you know, you do have more to offer. I think also for a lot of you are resonating with this love connection here is going to be a source of a lot of passion and strength, because Ace of Wands not only can indicate a strong amount of attraction with this person, right? You guys like really, really dig each other, but it's also a sense of passion and strength that you get from being with this person. You are a fire sign, Aries, and Wands are fire. So there's a passion here that really stokes your own natural inner fire. And it really gets you going. It really gets you wanting to do more. So this is a really nice wake up. You round the month off with 9 of Pentacles. Now, 9 of Pentacles is a person who can be quite alienated by their financial status, and often indicates someone who is not necessarily in a long-term committed relationship. But nevertheless, it's still a good aspect in the sense, it doesn't necessarily indicate that this relationship won't necessarily work out, but it does indicate that for February, at least, by the end of the month, the most important outcome is that you are really in a good financial status, you are really in a good career position, and that's ultimately what's going to make you the happiest. Your relationship here, whatever this connection turns into, could very well still be there and be working on it, but it's just not the focus the roundup to your month, right? The roundup to your month, and the main focus is that you are in this great place financially, career-wise. You feel better, you feel much more like you are where you're supposed to be, and rewards are beginning to come in. You are much happier with the work that you're doing, and this is all as a result of this opportunity that you're taking here. And I think also just reevaluating the way you've been sort of operating, because a Nine of Pentacles person is someone who also works very, very hard. So I think you definitely come right into this awakening energy, and you really put all your best foot, all your energy into it, your best foot forward, all of that. And naturally, of course, the rewards will be coming in as a result of that, right? Because you now are really working towards something you desire and you feel strongly and passionately about. There's your gain again, Nine of Pentacles. So big abundance this month, Temperance energy, Art, or Sagittarius in the Thoth deck. We have Five of Swords. So there's some disappointment here, and the Moon. So there is a Magician at the bottom of the deck. So with this love connection, there is a little bit of the unknown because the Moon is there. So there is a feeling of testing the waters, right? It could be that there is a lot of physical attraction here, Aries, but it may be that the energies just aren't quite right, because you do have a Five of Swords here with this Knight of Cups. It feels like that there has been a battle here before. This could be if this is a relationship that you're going back to that is a reconciliation, this could be why these clarifiers have come out. Because Five of Swords indicates a time when there was a power struggle there and nothing seemed to work. You just threw your hands up and walked away. And now it seems to be like you're coming back. So with Knight of Cups, it feels like you're coming back to a situation that before was indeed a power struggle. Maybe didn't work out, didn't work out the way you wanted to, but yet it could be very much so that you just can't stop thinking about them, because with that Ace of Wands, the physical attraction is so strong. And again, and with the Moon coming out for you, Aries, it can just indicate that this entire connection with this person is really a real test of your strength and a test of where you are at emotionally. And how, what kind of stability you have and what kind of relationship you want to have. It could be that there are things you need to face up to about yourself in this connection, or about the other person, or all about both of you, right? In any case, not everything is known right now, because the Moon always shows, when the Moon shows up, it always lets us know that you're in a testing phase, and so not everything is clear. You don't have all the answers just yet, and there's no way of knowing if this is going to really work out or not. You really have to just sort of be willing to sort of have confidence in your own emotional stability and strength, and see where this all turns out. Because it does feel like a reconciliation, but it doesn't necessarily indicate that it will work out or not work out. It seems to be very much up to how you play it. And in the back of your mind, you do have Temperance energy, so you are being extremely tempered. It feels like perhaps for a long time you guys may not have spoken. This is the card for Sagittarius. Not to say that you're dealing with a Sagittarius, but it could be this Page of Cups can indicate, with Page of Cups, I was saying earlier, this feeling of sort of overcoming some fears, right? Overcoming those initial fears whenever we want to express our love. Fears of jealousy, or of being rejected, of pride, These are some of the baser emotions that here with the Page of Cups, we see the page kind of overcoming them and having the courage to make that first step. Whether it's the first step to a new love connection, or it's a step back to someone that they're wanting to apologize to, right? Or reconcile with. And so there's a real energy here of having done a lot of temperance here. It may be that you have been feeling like you've been apologizing for a while, or it may be that it's through you exercising this temperance that you've gotten to the point of being able to apologize or accept an apology if it's coming into you. This has really taken some time and a lot of thought. Meanwhile, in the focus of your mind is your career. And again, it does feel like a whole new world for you, and you are getting so much confidence from your career area and your money area. This is, again, the Nine of Pentacles. So here we have Nine of Pentacles coming out twice, just to reconfirm that this is a month of a lot of financial gain for you, Aries. big financial gain, and changes in your career that make you happy and happy with what you're doing, happy with the job you're doing, or happy with the position that you have. This is a great reading, Aries. Very, very nice. I'm going to leave it at that. This is your reading for your February general outlook. It's a little bit of love, a little bit of career, but it all turns out very nice. And certainly with the love aspect, this is worth revisiting because the attraction is so strong. There are so many emotions involved here with this moon that it's not something that is worth, it's not something that you should ignore, right? It's something that you should certainly follow through and see how it all works out. The Magician is at the bottom of the deck over here, and so you wake up with the Hanged Man and go right into your full sort of, you're on, right? You're in excellent condition, so you are at the top of your game in all areas, and so this includes your love and your career. It's very nice, Aries. All right, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Check me out on Instagram. I'm at Bow and Arrow Tarot. I'm always sending my notifications over there when I upload a video. The rest of the February general readings will be out tonight and tomorrow. All of the weeklies for next week are up. I'm releasing those earlier in the week these days. They're going to be coming out on Tuesdays and Wednesdays now for the following week. So check that out and check out the links to your other readings. But for right now, Aries, have a wonderful February, and I'll see you in March for your general reading. Bye-bye now.